Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
We today have a special guest. This is, well, actually, how do you want me to introduce you? J. Peters Siriprakorn?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. So, should we cut or should we just keep going?
I don't know, but I just wanted to add that the Google voice transcription translated my name as Jack the Rippercorn. Anyway, so you can just call me that. I'm secretly a murderer.
Okay, we're keeping it. So, yes, I have known J. Peters Siriprakorn for quite some time from my Michigan rave days, which I will always and forever be a raver, as will darling Mr. Siriprakorn, who happens to have a master's in cultural studies and more recently in public health. He's really big into critical theory, social justice, the research on adverse childhood experiences and their impact on trauma and later life addiction. Yay!
Yay. Yeah, it's like a very cheery topic, definitely. It's very uplifting.
Well, it's the realness that we're all dealing with. God bless the patriarchy, you know? We have that to thank. I do. That's my personal take on it. It's systemic imbalance from patriarchal bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like totally. And yeah, toxic masculinity, you know, and also, I mean, that you can't, like, we can talk about intersectionality too, you know, it ties into all of that. Like, there's just so much overlap that we have to unpack. But yeah, I mean, but it's your show, so you take the lead.
Yes. So the first thing I'm going to do is a little invocation. And also I just want to say the new moon, it's for this reading, it's the full moon in Libra. I do readings in Libra moon because I am here as the birth of Venus. For you.
My queen.
So, yes. All right, so I'm going to do an invocation and do a little medicinal tarot pull for the collective, for people that aren't Patreon members or subscribers, but I would like to give that gift to everybody because I like to be a representation of Mother Earth or Gaia, which keeps giving to our shitty human race. Even though she's being shat on and treated like shit, she is still there giving us food. We can eat grapes, although that might slowly change. She might be like, I ain't giving you that anymore, honey.
Climate change, sorry.
So no more avocados for you, motherfuckers.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, no more guac. No more guacking you like a hurricane.
Okay. So I also want to give shout outs real quick to Leah Garza, Crystals of Altamira, fucking amazing, brilliant person. Just did an intensive course of hers, excavating limiting beliefs with the Akashic Records. And my brains are blown. It was so fucking amazing. Also, the House of Cozy from Nancy Kim, fucking bomb. My apartment still looks amazing. And now I know how to use my energies in the right way. And I can't wait to have more sessions with her, them as well. So carrying on, here's an invocation. And this I learned from the magical Edgar Fabian Frias, who is an artist and therapist, and he is fucking amazing. All right, so earth beneath me, sky above me, divine within me, love surrounds me. Love it. So cute. I love Edgar, and I say it all the time.
Does it help?
Yes, especially when I'm feeling down or I need to feel grounded or connected. It's just like a really quick 4 lines that you can
Hmm.
say and feel connected in with the space around you
Hmm.
and your own spirituality and the love of the universe. So it's one of my favorites that I've learned throughout the years. Okay, here we go. I'm actually wondering, I'm like looking at the time and I'm like, I think we're going to jump right into the questions first. And then at the end, I will do collective given the time. I don't know how quick we're going to get through this. So
Sure, sure.
I'm going to start. So I got a new deck, tarot deck from Asbury Gardens in Chicago. It's fucking amazing. This is called Soul Tarot. And the cards are just absolutely gorgeous. Uh-oh, it's not gonna
Oh,
show
it's like not showing. Oh no.
at all.
So
Okay,
they're
there.
just like invisible cards.
I'm just gonna have to jiggle. No, not jiggle it. I'm gonna have to.
Wait, put it in front of your face again. It almost. Oh, I can see it. That's amazing.
I'm like holding at angles, but
It's
they're
pretty.
gold foiled, gold edged. They're high quality cards.
Oh, I see it. Oh, that's really nice.
They're very pretty. I am sad that it's not showing up. So I'll take some
There it is.
shots. I'll put some
Cool.
shots down for y'all because I'm obsessed with this deck, honestly. Okay, let's get to question 1. There are lots of similar questions, unsurprisingly. I'm not surprised in the slightest by that. Usually happens. People are moving through things collectively and on different levels of consciousness. So the first question is, will I ever find love or will love ever stick?
Hmm.
Yeah. How many people do you think asked this question?
I mean, generally, I think everyone, right? Like everybody
Yeah.
wants that
Yeah.
one person or that if you're polyamorous, like that set of people that complete you.
Yeah, totally. I think it's the universal theme. All right, so for that, I
I mean,
kind
it's
of
like everybody comes into life. Okay, so I don't know if you want me to get into like some of like the philosophy that I've studied about it.
sure.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
so Lacanian psychoanalysis. So we study that. I mean, it's really cerebral and dense, but like the assumption is that you're born, we come into being, and we have like a void, right? We have a hole in us, and it's like a fundamental thing. Like we just have this lack, and so we're constantly trying to fill it with something so that we can feel full and whole. And this goes back to like Greek mythology too, but like or Greek philosophy too, but like so the idea is that we're always chasing after this enigmatic thing in the world, like this placeholder that if we get it, it will fulfill us. But that means that we're always like sort of seeing it in other people, but it's not really in them. It's just sort of us wanting to see that in them so that we can
Is
get it.
it
So we're drawn to
really
them.
not in them?
Yeah, it's like so the idea is that we're always misrecognizing the other people. We never fully see them for who they are. We see them for who we want them to be.
Well, do you think you can rise above that?
I mean, I think like that's what love is trying to find that balance, right? Like working to overcome that. Maybe you never fully get there. Like that's why there's always tension and the need for communication and fighting and whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's love.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's a lot of different, with every human being, there's so many layers of data point fields of energetics happening.
mhm.
Some of it's inherited trauma, some of it, depending on who you are, whether you believe in past lives, from past lives. Yeah, no, I know you don't, but and that's fine. But
Radical skeptic here, but yeah, no, go
there's
on, go on.
inherited trauma, there's trauma that you've experienced in this life,
Mhm.
there are just experiences in general, and there is who you are as a person. And those are all different things put into different data points, creating all these different layers. I like to think about it like sheer fabrics. And when you layer
Ooh.
them on top of each other, they all have like a different vibe, a different look.
Yeah.
Some look good together, some don't. You don't
Like
wear
some are not runway ready. Like make it work.
it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's going to be my synastry astrology theme. Is your relationship runway ready? I love that. Okay. So this person actually just received an amazing card, and I know that they are a Leo, and the card that they got represents Leo. So will I ever find love, or will love ever stick? They've received strength.
Oh, yay.
So it's showing up. The card's showing up. That is number 11 in my book, number 8 in other people's tarot book. Kind of a weird point of contention, but it doesn't matter. Strength is taming the ego. So when the ego is not diminished, it's acknowledged properly and then worked with in a healthy way, you find your strength and then you find your true love forever partner. Or we could also disregard that fairy tale narrative, because does true love exist? I don't really know. You know, we can talk about Elaine Botan. Is it Elaine Botan's book? You know who I'm talking about?
Hmm.
I'm going to recommend this to you. Read that book, honey. I am going to send it to you because I know who you are. And you also said, is my current love going to stay in the picture? Is my current love interest really for me? And I am pulling, I'm feeling it out. Okay. So we have the 3 of Wands reversed. That's what I've gotten. What does that mean, Petey? Let me tell you all about it. Is it okay if I'm calling you Petey?
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone calls me anyway.
Yes. Do you like it though, or no?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I do. It's just like, that's what has stuck over the years. Like my coworkers start calling me that spontaneously, even though I've never told them that my friends call me that. So there's obviously something about me that makes me PD. So I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. So, okay. So with this, is this person really for me? 3 of Wands reversed. It's kind of like you're getting into a creation situation that hasn't turned out the way you want it to be. So I'm not going to Pollyanna this shit. I'm going to say, I don't really think that this is the one based on this card. And or they could be. However, they've got to do some serious healing with themselves before you can continue on with them. So I wouldn't expect much from it, or you'll be severely disappointed. Hit me up, girl. I know a lot about that.
Wah
Girl.
wah. Wah wah.
Oh, so okay. Now let's see, where are we? Next question. Is it the right time to even get capital GET into a relationship?
Oh.
Is it even, or is it ever? I'm wondering if they meant ever. I think they did.
Ever.
Is R and N near each other? No, they're not.
No. No. It's like opposite sides. So what did it say? Was it even?
Yeah. Is it even time to get into a relationship? I do know I've spoken to this person recently, so I'm going to say that's what it is. All right. I feel the need to shuffle again. Is it even the right time?
Mm-hmm.
You received the moon. I'm going to say, ask the full moon. Ask the full moon. You'll get your answer. Also look at your chart for you and tell you where Libra is in your chart so that you can work with the moon a little bit in a deeper level. I would say use your intuition. You're not using your intuition. So as long as you're using your intuition and you can ask the moon if it's the right time, And it might feel a little weird getting an answer back from the moon. So take some mushrooms.
Yes. Yes.
Have a little conversation with the moon on some mushrooms. That's a nice.
Yeah, a little acid, a little MDMA. Get a little MDMazing. That'll be great.
That's right. Okay. So, and I don't condone or not condone that kind of behavior. I'm not talking about legalities on this show. That's your decision. You can make your own decisions about it. This person I know, which is why I recommend that to them, because I know that they can handle it and have experience with it. If you don't have experience with it, don't do it. Be safe. Okay.
I mean, that's a good point. I was just kidding around. I mean, you have to be careful with that stuff. We're not advocating,
I mean,
not really.
they have their uses. They have their uses. I'm not going to deny that. They're very important. So, okay. Carrying on. Better to double down on one project or keep several going, i.e. main job and side hustles, or only main job. Okay. Petey, you actually know and love this person that's asking this question. So.
I mean, that's tough, right? Like, it really depends on the projects and how you feel about them. So I think you have to really sit down and think about what matters most to you. You have to feel where you are and feel the things that you're committed to. Like if you're really in tune with yourself, you might get an answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to spread yourself too thin, but at the same time, it's like maybe, I don't know, it's a really complicated question. And I think it varies from situation to situation, but the more you're in tune with how you feel about those things, the your intuition, the better the outcome will be, I guess.
Yeah. So the cards that I've received, I kind of want to say it's okay. So for just only doing your main job, no, don't only do your main job. However, the card you received for doing many jobs or doing multiple projects, it's not saying no, but it's saying there's some conflicts you need to break through, like creative conflicts within the projects. Be careful about how you're engaging and make sure that it seems like there's some sort of conflict around like the creation of the project or other projects that are outside your main project. So you need to work on like a source of resolution in a creative way. But there's a definite answer that's no, don't only just do your main job. You need these other projects for sure. But there's just some shit you've got to work out. So iron those pinks out, honey. Do you have anything else to add to that, Petey?
No, I mean, I don't. Our perspectives are very different, like I'm coming from the perspective where it's like going inward and just purely inward, right? And you're coming from the perspective where you want people to take guidance, and bring things from the outside and connect to the outside as well. So it's just like a different perspective.
How so? How do you mean?
Well, like my perspective is just like, well, it depends on your temperament, or like if you want to do everything, then, like if you are in tune with yourself, you'll kind of have a sense of which way you want to go. Like, do you want to commit 90, like it's very pragmatic, right? So it's like 90% of your resources, is it worth it to commit 90% of your resources and 10% to the other? It's a very like boring breakdown. Well, and I think it's more than that. Like
I'm not disagreeing with the pragmatism. Well, I think it's all inner stuff. It could also
pragmatism that wasn't the right word. It's more like it seems very methodical, and a bit more closed off than what you're offering.
Right.
Because there is an element of chance and there is an element of like being attuned to other things. And I acknowledge that totally.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think what the cards are saying, so she got the 8 of Wands reversed, or they got the 8 of Wands reversed for just keeping on to their main job, and I think that would create a lot of disappointment for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think, because are you saying you think that tarot is like outward? Because it's kind of,
Yeah, because it's coming from,
it's
I
not
think,
out, it's in. It's in and out. It's like a,
well,
it's
that's
like
what I'm saying. It's
infinite
in,
loop.
okay, that's a better way of putting it. It's in and out. There's like a connection. I guess is what I tried to say earlier. It's like there's a connection between in and out versus like this totally internal, like, okay, what do I want? How do I break it down? How can I be methodical about it and systematic?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm. Also, I want to be respectful of your time. You had to bite the dust at what time?
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got time, girl. I've got time.
Okay, good. Phew.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
we're halfway through the questions. So, or almost halfway through. How can I find new sources of appreciation and love myself? Guys, I am loving these questions that you're doing. I'm
That's
loving
hard.
the questions I'm getting. They're so thoughtful. And the more specific you can get and thoughtful you can get with this stuff, the better. I'm going to give you 2 cards for this. Ooh. So, that one, and then I'm going to shuffle. What are some ways that you're doing that for yourself, J. Peter Siriprakorn?
What was the question again? Like exactly what was the question? I want
How
to address
can
it
I find
precisely.
new sources of appreciation and love myself?
I mean, I've struggled my whole life with loving myself and valuing myself. I will confess here that I was severely abused growing up, and I've had some really dark moments. I I was an intravenous drug addict and kind of came back, and that involved learning to love myself.
Mhm.
I think part of what helped was
You're
learning
a
to,
you're a guru in this then.
yeah, I mean, like trauma is my thing, that's part of the research that I've been doing too in public health and wanting to go in behavioral health is like trauma's relation to addiction, right?
Yeah.
But I think part of the importance of healing from trauma for those who have it and those who doubt themselves, um, and don't love themselves is to try to let the love in that other people show you. A lot of the times we blind ourselves and we close ourselves off and we cling to this idea that we're defective or that there's something wrong with us instead of trying to see ourselves through the eyes of the people that love us. And there are people that love you, that like nobody has no one who loves them. You just have to seek that out,
Yeah.
and turn away from the people who hurt you and
Mhm.
who don't see you for who you are and your value. So that's my thing.
Okay. So some new ways. You have some shouting going on here in your cards that you received. You have 2 big fat major arcana cards. So there is a lot here for you
Uh-oh.
as answers. No, no, uh-oh. These, I mean, they're both fucking amazing.
Okay, good.
And together, well, they're both cosmic numbers. You've got 8, 11, and 13 as the numbers you've gotten. 13 is a goddess number, and 8, the way I read justice, or 11, they're both infinite numbers. So they're about like expanding out into infinity in a way that we can't comprehend as human beings. So, how can I find new sources of appreciation and love myself? First of all, you've got injustice. This card is about balance. And for you in specific, what I'm feeling right now or sensing, this is about justice for yourself that you haven't taken yet. And only you are going to know what I'm saying right now. I don't even know what the fuck that could be, you know? Then you've gotten the death card, number 13. So this is about regeneration, rebirth, recycling, tilling the soil with the shit in it, fertilization. So it's saying, don't be afraid to let go of certain things and then just really get into how you want. This could be something with pain or feelings of self-doubt or self-worth and letting those go and then letting them grow into bigger seeds of who you can be, who you are, and who you want to be. Don't be afraid of yourself. Also, face your taboos a little bit at this point. I think it's saying too, what really define what is a taboo for you. I think that's going to be a big thing because I think you're going to find a lot of gold in that.
Is
So,
that something?
yeah.
So I guess the sort of building on that is like the idea that like, you know, confront the things that you are afraid of in yourself, the
Mhm.
things that are taboo, right? The things that you are, you know, exiling or pushing away or just running away from. And instead of like not really confronting, but try to embrace them, try
Yeah.
to ask, so what, right? Like, so what
Yeah.
if I love these things? So what if I'm into these things? What's the worst that could happen, right? And then try to treat it compassionately and understand that it serves a purpose for you. And when you understand that these things serve a purpose for you, it's easy. It's a little bit harder to reject them, right? It's a little bit harder to fear them because you see them for what they are, which is a part of you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Mm.
I love that. Okay. Let's see. Where the question? Okay. So, should I get into trading or the NFT craze? That question was kind of a joke, but I just want to pull for it anyway. So, oh, you've actually gotten for that the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups represents emotional stability and feeling stable. So maybe you fucking should actually for a minute. Or it might imply that you're a fucking asshole. Not really. I know who you are. I know who asked this question. They think they're an asshole, but they're anything but. Getting that card though, maybe not a bad idea. But we're adamantly, vehemently like, hell no. So what's that? I'm asking you, Pete.
Oh, well, if you haven't heard about the GameStop thing, you should definitely read about it because that might change your mind. I don't know, you should totally read about it. It's fucking nuts.
I think they probably know.
NFT is stupid. Don't do it.
They wrote asking for a friend, JK. Will my art take off this year or will it remain forever buried in my studio apartment? Also, bitch, I want to buy a piece of your art, so there's one gone. Let's see what the cards have to say. I also am feeling like pulling two cards for you. Okay, interesting. So the first card you got is the Devil card, number 15. The way that I'm reading this card for you is that it's also kind of like it's the same as before. Go a little deep, do a deep dive digging into what you find as a taboo again. So, and then it's time to make some art about those things. So really get into like I think there's a piece of you that wants to speak, but is afraid to rock the boat in a way. And then if you can do that, well, you've already made this art. So let's talk about that art. This card represents Capricorn. So I would really aim, and I'm going to be practical about this, aim to sell your art as gifts for people to give as gifts during and around the winter solstice and New Year's and just this time period, Christmas. I hate to bring it up, but you know, be like, don't buy those, that marketing bullshit you see, and buy something that is actually something that you've wanted but don't buy, but you're socially conditioned to buy all this other shit. So I would make a point to tell people that have been talking about their interest in your art, but they'll easily spend like $500 on a bag of cocaine, or not a bag, multiple bags, but they won't buy a piece of art from their friend that is making amazing, beautiful art. And fuck that shit and call that shit out. That ain't right, yo. That's not cool. So make a payment program for yourself, like an Afterpay program or some shit like that, and say you can buy this piece for $80 a week, same as your bag of cocaine you buy or whatever the fuck you're buying. You know, like fuck off. You know, like,
I mean, I would also say that, like, tell people, like, people are gonna drop like $500 on. I mean, if they're not gonna buy some blow, I mean, fuck, I would. But like, they would buy like an Xbox, right? And it's like, why would you not want to buy, maybe this year, buy something with soul and heart put into it that is gonna last and
it's
mean
gonna be there
something in
forever
10
on your
years?
wall,
Yeah.
and you can look at it and it symbolizes and represents so many different layers and things.
Right, and it comes from somebody's heart. I don't know if an
So
Xbox
much
comes
more
from someone's heart.
value.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if an Xbox comes from someone's heart. I mean, I still want a fucking Xbox, but it's like, get in touch with something more human than that.
Yeah. So you also got the 14 temperance. Lots of people are getting major arcana, which is like, there is shouting going on, like, hey, you idiot, listen to me. You're not paying attention, close enough attention. So this can kind of indicate, and I think actually, well, I think we're already talking about it because now I'm feeling it. It's about intoxication and what people use to cope versus spending their hard-earned dimes and dollars on things that can actually provide things that they could never have fathomed. Art is healing. Fucking buy it, you fucking idiots. I'm so sick of this shit. Okay. Do you have anything to add to that?
Buy it so that I can survive, bitch.
Yeah.
So I can make more art and be human.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say,
So I can buy an Xbox.
I would honestly start calling people out. Like, I know well, this is gonna make it obvious who you are, maybe, but I know like George Costanza was checking your art out. Call that motherfucker out. Although I don't really think he's one that's using coping mechanisms. Maybe he is, but I think he'll buy your art if he didn't. Anyway, I also just love George Costanza. Also, don't be afraid to just kind of be an asshole. You're being too nice. That's what I think.
Like, more aggressively self-promote too.
Yes, that's what I mean.
You have to. You have to.
You don't have to, but if you want to sell your art, it ain't gonna sell itself.
That's what I mean.
It's not fun though. Believe me, I know. Okay, so what is something I can change / work on to continue growing into myself? I love these questions. They're all amazing. Okay. You've gotten the 9 of Wands reversed. So we know that 9 is kind of, the Wands is creativity and sexuality, and 9 is positive crisis. So based on your question, good card to get. It's really going to be about getting rid of your paranoia, shifting away from paranoia, tearing down defenses, there are defenses and walls kind of probably built up around you at this point that need to be dismantled. So however you see fit to do that. And part of it can be standing up for yourself in a different way that you have done before. And I would also say kind of there's like a certain level of paranoia happening with you. So it's time to just be a little more vulnerable and open and trusting the universe, trusting yourself, trusting the people that are in your life or coming into your life. They're there for a reason, and you don't need to be fearful of any of it. You've been burned in the past, but that doesn't mean any of these other people in your life are going to do the same thing, is what I feel. Anything to add to that, honey?
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Okay. Is it time to liberate myself from the last tether and the agenda of another? AKA time to quit my job and be completely on my own. Arrow calling, giving you two too. Everyone's getting two today, just to make it go even longer. Okay, so you've gotten justice reversed. There we go. And you've also gotten the Page of Cups. There. Yes. The stunning cards. I love these cards. Okay. So let's first talk about the first card, which is justice. The justice one. What are the legalities involved in your relationship with this person or job? And I also want to say, do you feel morally and ethically aligned with this job? And if you do not feel alignment, get the fuck out. But check to make sure that you're not going to get your ass sued or about the legalities behind it. And if there is an implication that you could get into some sort of legal trouble, find the flaw that is not aligning yourself ethically with this person and fuck their shit up or like just get the fuck out. One or the other. Like do a little blackmailing. I'm not gonna lie. Or
Be a
whatever.
little conniving.
I don't think you would ever do that. I know who wrote this question, I can remember, but I just, yeah, tread carefully with the legalities, but if they don't align with your ethical and moral standards, don't stay there. Then you've got Page of Cups. So that is really about finding what is emotionally something you love. Being a new little baby and being kind of naive and innocent and starting anew, but that connects in with your feelings and emotions. Yeah. Have you ever just like bailed on a job because you weren't ethically feeling connected?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
You should like call me like, yes, you in the front row.
Darling teacher.
I
have.
Not really, no. But I bailed on a job because I hated it and it wasn't for me. And
Mhm.
rather than suffer through it, I had the means to leave, and I was like, I'm not gonna put myself through it just for the sake of doing it, you know? It's not
Mhm.
worth it.
Yeah. Okay, we only have one more question left. And then I'll talk to you a little bit, and then I think we're done because I think we're over an hour already. Am I doing too many things at once? It feels like it's affecting my concentration. I love all my different things, but I know I need to chill with something. What should I do? All right, here we go. Okay. I want to do a private session with you because this card is saying Seven of Pentacles, you are in action, like hardcore in action, doing all the things, doing. And it's didn't come up reversed, or I would be telling you something different, but you should just keep doing all the things, even though it feels exhausting. Something's gonna fall off. I do believe. Um, and what's going to fall off is the Five of Pentacles. So what can fall off for you? Look at your account balance. Look at your what's bringing money in and what's not, and then just cut off a thing that it's a lowest common denominator, which might really fucking suck because it might not be the thing that you want. But then you can just make that thing a hobby. Yeah. So probably not the answer you want to hear at the moment, but I would wait a little while, keep doing, see what's paying off, keep trying, keep failing, and something's going to give. Yep. All right. So, how many things are you doing right now, Peter?
Not a whole lot, and actually I have the opposite. You know, I'm kind of trapped in limbo, and trying to start projects, but I'm just pulled in so many directions that I can't get started on any of them. You know, and that's part of my problem is like I need more structure, and right now it's quarantine and everything's just kind of in, like flailing.
Yeah.
And you know, I just graduated with my public health degree, so I'm like in between things. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I need to figure out how to start something.
So,
That's
what's
the
your
problem.
question for the tarot? How do I get new structure, or how do I start something new?
How do I pick where to start?
How do I pick where to start? Okay. You also get 2 cards. You also have gotten some shouty ass cards, like seriously shouty.
I mean, I'm a shouty ass bitch. It's fine.
All right. So the first one is the Fool reversed. So there's a few things going on with this. One is your head is kind of in the clouds.
Yeah.
And there is kind of this fear of the unknown. And that's holding you back. It's inhibiting you. And so I would literally write down all the things that you're wanting to do. And I don't know if you've done this, so forgive me if you have.
Nope.
And write a pros and cons list for each one.
Okay.
And then just look at what the cons are and what is like, ew, I definitely I can't deal with that con kind of a thing.
Okay.
And then there's a second piece to it, which is so shouty because like this reading is for the full moon. We're not on the full moon. I always want to do these on the full moon, so I'm like already summoning it, but it's not until Sunday. So maybe you can make that list on Sunday. And then so you've gotten the moon reversed. Yeah. So feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it can be due to the full moon actually. So I would say it will parse itself out because it's related to your mental well-being.
Yeah.
So the moon reverse, it can be kind of like, this is a good time to pay attention to your mental well-being, really think about what of those things are making you feel mentally well and healthy and strong, and like that will
Like
help.
go in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So really sit with it and feel it. Feel it in your body, feel it dancing. You can maybe do a dance for each one of these things and then be like, that's the one.
Okay.
Something, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Dance to orbital.
Halcyon on and on, girl, rave on.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say that on cam? I mean, I'm a techno head. Don't tell anyone I said that.
Little Belinda Carlisle and Bon Jovi never hurt nobody. All right. We are Finn. I am not doing collective reading today, but I will do one, I think, live on the full moon. So you can tune in for that. I love you all. Thank you so much to the amazing Peter Siriprakorn, who has the best mind and is so whip smart and an amazing human being. And I am so lucky and glad to know you.
Love you.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your questions. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me. I wouldn't be here doing this without you. And thank you to those of you who are also not my patrons for listening and watching. And I hope you find and take pleasure in this. If you are interested to join in, you know how to do it. If you don't, you can just ask me, I guess. But I think it's pretty obvious the marketing is awful out there. So tiring. Oh, okay. Love you all. Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Okay, we're done. Thank you.
Oh, that was fun. That was really cute. I don't know how like appropriate I was, but that was really sweet.
Oh, there is no, I like to be edgy because
Like
no,
free form.
everyone's afraid to be edgy. So I'm just like, someone's got to do it. It's gonna be me in my ratchet ass wig. You can see my hair. You can like see it
You didn't
underneath.
see it. You didn't see it during though. You didn't see it during.
I can, but it makes my neck look really thin. So
Like I was gonna ask if you're sitting on a shell with like surrounded by sea foam and you're just gonna float away, or if that was like in your budget.
oh my God, I'm gonna make that with Jamie this weekend.
You should. Yeah, because she's like a film person. You should.
Yeah. I got all these crazy kooky film ideas when I did this course this past weekend, because you open Akashic Records, but this person made a different invocation. They're fucking amazing. They're like actually, I'll send you her shit. I think you might like her.
Okay.
So Uriel, and there's like a bunch of people in LA that you should probably meet. The artist guy that was like talking about NFTs. I mean, he has a joke, but he's super smarmy. He's so talented, and he's in LA.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. As soon as COVID, yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Are you gonna get vaccinated?
I just got the first shot.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, Moderna.
Okay.
So I get the next one on the 11th. Are you gonna get vaccinated? Are you eligible yet?
I just think I'm gonna walk into a fucking mire and be like, shoot me up, bitch.
Maybe register first.
I did. No,
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I'm registered at like 5 different places.
When are they gonna do it?
Well, I've been told that if you just walk in at the end of their day, they'll just give it to you.
Because they have leftover ones probably. Okay.
Yeah, because people keep coming or not showing up.
Right.
And then yeah, it's kind of
they
fucked
need
up
to use
because I'm
that.
like, why don't they just like, if somebody texted me at like 8 p.m. and was like, you can come get the shot right now, I would go get the fucking shot.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. It's such a shit show.
Why is it such a shit show?
But you'll your arm is gonna be really sore for a few days, just FYI.
Okay.
But
I
it's
mean,
like you'll be fine.
I have chronic Lyme, so I'm pretty scared, honestly, because like I've never gotten a flu vaccination. When I take certain medicines, I get so sick.
Okay, then you're gonna want to stay. Except ketamine, you're gonna want to stay, or maybe the ketamine just makes you not realize it. But like, after you get the shot, you should stay there in the waiting area for like, 15-20 minutes to make sure you don't have a reaction.
Yeah.
Because I just like got up and left. They told me to stay, and I was like, bye.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's faulty. I'm too scared to, I'm like a wussy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I always think I'm gonna die.
What does the tarot say about that?
Well, I know it's just panic attacks from it's like it's it's adopted person trauma.
Oh God, honey, that sucks.
I have really bad
It's like a
because
whole other world.
I'm really sensitive. I'm so sensitive, and I know it's just like a lot of it is
Like from that.
from that. It's like such
Oh,
a weird trauma. People really can't grasp it unless they're
right.
adopted.
Unless they're no, yeah. Like I get it, but I don't get it. You know, I get that I don't get it. Like that's I
That's
can't
the best
imagine.
thing you can say, you know, like been struggling with a lot of friends through COVID because, and I get everyone's, because for me, I'm really trying to set my boundaries around
Yeah.
this trauma.
Hmm.
So I've been telling people like you can't do that, or you know, like you can't not respond to me when you say that you're going to. That's like
Hmm.
extremely triggering to me.
Hmm.
And I can't, I have no control over it to a certain degree. I can do
Right.
all the things and it will still be there.
Yeah.
So I've been just like setting boundaries around that, and then um yeah, I don't
Well, like
know.
everybody has their really weak points, right? Like their Achilles heels.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I do tarot for adopted people to see what their Achilles heel kind of is. And mine
Hmm.
is unresponsiveness. Like I lose my shit. I've gotten so much better about it though, just having done the tarot and knowing that that's what it is. Because
Right.
before I did that, I knew I had a problem with it, but I didn't connect the dots somehow,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
So it was like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting for me because I was like, oh, so now I do it for other people and they're like, holy shit.
Oh.
There's a lot of crying and stuff. It can be really intense.
Yeah, but it's like you need the context, you know. Otherwise, like you need to name it, right? Otherwise, you can't.
Name it.
Otherwise, it's just like out there fucking with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You know.
Yeah. So it's key.
Like I have a name for the cocaine, like I call it cocaine, so I know that what it is and what to do with it. But if I don't, it's just like a powder, right? But like once I know it's cocaine, it's like out my nose. Okay, I'm gonna go, honey. I gotta get ready for my therapy session.
Okay, thank you so much for this. I loved it.
Yeah, no,
Having
honey, it was really
I
fun.
love your contributions. It's been
But I love you. I'll talk to you later, okay?
okay. Bye. Send me
Okay,
the
but oh,
recording.
I'll send you the recording.
Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.